Behind a simple Jefferson nickel lies a fascinating story. Some coins survive decades in remarkable condition and hold incredible collector value. Stick around, and by the end of this video, you'll see just how rare and valuable these coins can be. Let's get started. At the beginning of today's video, we are highlighting a coin that stands at the top of our list. It is a coin that many people would easily overlook, yet it has become one of the most discussed Jefferson nickels among collectors. This is the 1972 5-cent coin, a piece that quietly represents how rarity and condition can change everything. The year 1972 was a busy time for the United States Mint. Everyday commerce required huge numbers of coins, and nickels were no exception. The Denver Mint produced millions of 5-cent coins to keep up with demand, and most of them were released into circulation almost immediately after striking. Because production speed was a priority, quality often suffered. Dies were used longer than ideal, and striking pressure was not always consistent. As a result, many 1972 nickels left the mint with weak details and imperfections that would only become more noticeable once the coins entered circulation. Over the decades, most of these nickels experienced regular use. They passed through countless hands, machines, and cash registers. This led to worn surfaces, softened details, and loss of original luster. Today, the majority of surviving examples are considered average or below average in condition. The basic design of the coin is familiar and unchanged from earlier years. The obverse features Thomas Jefferson, facing left, with the date and the word Liberty placed nearby. While this design is common, the sharpness of Jefferson's hair, face, and lettering varies greatly depending on how well the coin was struck. The reverse side of the coin is where collectors focus much of their attention. Monticello, Jefferson's historic home, is shown with its architectural details. The steps at the base of the building are especially important, as they are one of the first areas to lose definition during striking. On most 1972 nickels, these steps appear weak or partially merged. This was a common issue caused by worn dies and heavy production schedules. Because of this, nickels with fully visible steps from this year are difficult to locate. The coin featured in this video is unusual because every step of Monticello is clearly defined. Each line is separate and complete, meeting the strict standards for the full steps designation. This alone places the coin among a very small number of surviving examples. Beyond the strike quality, the overall condition of the coin further sets it apart. It shows no evidence of circulation wear, indicating it was never used in everyday transactions. The original mint luster remains intact, and the surfaces appear smooth and well preserved. Professional graders examined the coin under magnification to assess its quality. They noted the absence of major scratches, heavy marks, or damage that would typically lower a coin's grade. This level of preservation is rarely seen on nickels from this period. During this close inspection, specialists identified an additional factor that increased the coin's importance. A rare double die error was present in specific areas of the design. This type of error occurs during the die-making process, when the design is impressed more than once at slightly different angles. Double die errors from the early 1970s are uncommon, and many went unnoticed at the time of production. Most examples that did exist were later worn down or damaged, making high-grade survivors especially rare. Finding a 1972 nickel that combines a double die error with full steps and exceptional condition is extremely unusual. Each of these traits is desirable on its own, but seeing them together on a single coin is what makes this example stand out. When the coin was submitted for professional grading, it received one of the highest grades known for its type. This confirmed that it was not just above average, but among the finest examples ever recorded from the Denver Mint for that year. As information about the coin spread, interest grew within the collector community. Specialists in Jefferson nickels recognized that this coin represented a level of quality rarely encountered. It quickly became a reference point for what is possible for a 1972 issue. Collectors also noted how few comparable examples exist today. Census reports show only a very small number of 1972 nickels with similar characteristics, further reinforcing the coin's rarity. When the coin appeared at auction, bidders carefully considered all of its attributes. The strong strike, full steps designation, rare error, and top-tier condition all contributed to its appeal. Competition reflected the coin's scarcity rather than its face value. Several bidders remained active until the final moments of the sale. Each bid reflected the understanding that opportunities to acquire such a coin are extremely limited. By the time the auction concluded, the final result demonstrated how dramatically these factors can influence price. A coin that once circulated as everyday change achieved a result few would expect from a nickel. The 1972 5-cent coin sold for $92,000. This example clearly shows how production details, preservation, and rare errors can transform a common coin into one of the most valuable pieces of its kind. Up next, we are taking a closer look at another standout coin in today's collection. This one is the 1983 Jefferson nickel, a piece that might seem ordinary at first glance, but has become one of the most sought-after modern coins among serious collectors. Unlike older coins, its value comes from a combination of extreme scarcity and high condition and a subtle minting anomaly that makes it unique. The 1983 nickel was produced during a challenging year for the Denver Mint. Production schedules were tight, and quality control measures were not as rigorous as in previous decades. While millions of nickels were struck, only a small percentage left the mint in a condition that would satisfy top-tier collectors. Many coins from this year exhibit weak details or minor surface issues from the very moment they were minted. As a result, most 1983 nickels are considered ordinary. They show signs of contact, small marks, or slightly soft strikes in important areas of the design. Because of these common imperfections, collectors often have to search through thousands of coins to find a piece that comes close to a premium grade. What makes this coin truly remarkable is its strike quality. Unlike most examples from 1983, this nickel shows strong, crisp details across both the obverse and reverse. The portrait of Thomas Jefferson is well defined, with sharp lines and clear lettering. Even areas that typically appear weak in other coins from this year are fully visible, showing that this example was struck under near-perfect conditions. The reverse of the coin contains the feature that collectors pay the most attention to, the steps at the base of Monticello. For this year, most nickels show flat or incomplete steps due to worn dies and rapid production. However, on this coin, each step is fully separated and sharply defined. This qualifies it for the full steps designation, which instantly elevates its status among collectors and significantly increases its value. The surfaces of the coin are another key factor. Original mint luster is still present across the fields and devices, giving the coin a vibrant and fresh appearance despite its decades of existence. There are very few marks, and no scratches or abrasions that would typically lower the grade. This level of preservation is extremely rare for a coin from 1983, especially one that circulated in such large numbers. During a detailed professional evaluation, experts also noted a subtle but confirmed minting irregularity. While it is not immediately visible without careful inspection, this feature sets the coin apart from standard 1983 nickels. It is the kind of characteristic that specialists look for when determining rarity and overall collector appeal. Finding a 1983 nickel that combines this type of minting irregularity with full steps and exceptional preservation is almost unheard of. Most coins with any kind of error or anomaly were either worn or lost over time, leaving only a handful of examples in existence today. Population records confirm just how rare this coin is. Only a very limited number of 1983 nickels have been certified with both the full steps designation and a grade high enough to match this example. For collectors trying to assemble complete high-grade Jefferson nickel sets, this coin represents one of the most difficult dates to obtain. Interest in this coin grew rapidly among specialists. Collectors familiar with the 1983 issue understood the importance of having a coin that combined strong strike quality, rare full steps, pristine surfaces, and a verified minting irregularity. Each of these factors alone would make the coin desirable. Together, they make it extraordinary. What also makes this coin fascinating is the story it tells about the minting process in the early 1980s. Production demands, die wear, and subtle inconsistencies meant that very few coins left the mint in this condition, making survivors like this extremely valuable. Collectors studying this coin also note the evenness of its surfaces. There are no distracting toning marks, and the fields remain smooth and reflective, which is unusual for coins that have survived for decades. Such visual appeal adds to the coin's rarity and collectible status. Its appeal is not just technical, there is also an emotional factor for collectors. Finding a coin that looks nearly untouched after nearly 40 years creates a sense of connection to a moment in history and the minting process that few people get to experience. When this coin became available to collectors, the response was immediate. Those who recognized its rarity acted quickly, knowing that it is uncommon for a coin of this quality to surface even once in a lifetime. Its scarcity and condition set it apart from nearly all other coins of the same date. The final result demonstrated how modern coins can achieve remarkable value when preservation is rare and details are exceptional. A nickel that would normally be worth only its face value has become one of the most highly prized examples of its year. The 1983 D. Jefferson nickel achieved a value of $69,000, showing that even relatively modern coins can become major collectibles when the right combination of rarity, condition, and minting anomalies comes together. This coin reminds collectors that careful examination, attention to detail, and patience can reveal treasures in places that most people overlook. Even coins that were produced in large numbers can become highly valuable when survival rates are low and quality is exceptional. It also proves that modern coins are not always common, and can hold tremendous value for those who know what to look for. Now let's move on to the third coin, the 1984 D. Jefferson nickel. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary piece of change, but collectors know that there is more to this coin than meets the eye. Its significance comes from a rare combination of survival in top condition, a strong strike, and a subtle minting anomaly that makes it stand out from standard circulation examples. The 1984 D nickel was produced during a busy period at the Denver Mint. Production numbers were high, as the mint worked to meet demand for everyday commerce. However, quality control was not always the primary focus, meaning that minor imperfections in the striking process were common. Many coins left the mint with weak details or small marks that would make them less desirable to collectors over time. Because of this, the majority of 1984 D nickels today are considered average. Most examples show flattened details, dull surfaces, or signs of circulation wear. For collectors, finding a coin with clear, sharp features and minimal imperfections is a rare and exciting opportunity. What makes this particular coin remarkable is the strike quality. The portrait of Thomas Jefferson is clear and well defined, with sharp lines and strong lettering. Many 1984 D nickels have weaker details in areas such as Jefferson's hair or facial features, but this coin retains clarity that is often lost in standard examples. It is this precision in striking that immediately attracts the attention of collectors. The reverse side of the coin is where much of its collectible appeal comes into play. Monticello is depicted with its architectural details, and the steps at the base of the building are especially important. On many 1984 D nickels, these steps appear flat, faint, or partially merged due to die wear during production. On this coin, however, each step is clearly visible and fully separated. This qualifies it for the full steps designation, a highly sought-after feature that is uncommon for this year. Surface quality is another critical factor. This coin has maintained much of its original mint luster, giving it a bright, reflective appearance. There are few contact marks or abrasions, and the fields of the coin remain smooth. Such preservation is rare for a coin that is almost 4 decades old, making this example particularly valuable to careful collectors. Collectors and experts also pay attention to subtle minting irregularities, and this coin has a small but confirmed anomaly. While it may not be immediately noticeable without close inspection, it adds uniqueness and confirms that this is not just a standard 1984 D nickel. Coins with such errors are always in higher demand among specialists because they are uncommon and add an extra layer of interest to the piece. Finding a coin that combines full steps, exceptional surface quality, and a verified minting irregularity is unusual. Most 1984D nickels that show any anomaly have been lost, damaged, or worn over the years, leaving only a small number of examples that meet these criteria. This scarcity makes careful inspection essential for collectors seeking authentic high-quality pieces. Collectors examining this coin will also notice the balance of the design. Jefferson's features are symmetrical, the lettering is sharp, and Monticello's architectural details are intact. These small but important details distinguish a high-quality 1984D nickel from the many average examples that exist. Even though it is a modern coin, the 1984D Jefferson nickel demonstrates that rarity, condition, and minting anomalies can create significant collector interest. Survival rates in top condition are low, and finding a coin with both a strong strike and clear full steps is increasingly difficult. For those considering adding this coin to a collection, attention to detail is crucial. Every aspect, from the sharpness of Jefferson's hair and face to the definition of Monticello's steps and the smoothness of the surfaces, must be examined. Even minor flaws can make a noticeable difference in determining its collectability. This coin serves as a reminder that modern coins are not always common and can still hold significant interest. Its combination of rarity, condition, and subtle minting irregularity makes it a piece that collectors should study carefully. A 1984D nickel like this could be considered very valuable, and it's worth checking thoroughly before making any decision. Ultimately, the 1984D Jefferson nickel is more than just a coin, it is a small piece of history that survived decades in remarkable condition. Its full steps designation, strong strike, and unique features make it a compelling example for collectors, showing that careful evaluation can reveal treasures in even the most familiar coins. What also makes this coin fascinating is how it reflects the minting practices of the early 1980s. The dies used during this period wore down quickly, and most coins produced during long production runs show noticeable weaknesses. This makes examples like this one particularly exceptional. Collectors often compare multiple examples side by side, focusing on the tiniest details, such as Jefferson's hairlines, the sharpness of the lettering, and the edges of Monticello's roof. These subtle observations are what separate an ordinary coin from a premium collectible. Another interesting factor is eye appeal. Coins with clean, reflective surfaces and no distracting marks are always more desirable. The way light interacts with the fields and devices can enhance the overall impression, making the coin more visually striking. Even small anomalies, such as die cracks or minor doubling, can add intrigue. On this 1984D nickel, the subtle irregularity is not just a curiosity, it is an indicator that this coin is one of the rare survivors that escaped damage or circulation wear. The next coin in today's collection is the 2007D Jefferson nickel, a surprisingly rare modern coin that has caught the attention of collectors for several unique reasons. At first glance, it may seem like a standard nickel from recent years, but a closer look reveals a combination of rarity, condition, and a subtle minting irregularity that makes it highly sought after. The 2007D nickel was produced at the Denver Mint during a period when coin production was efficient but not without its challenges. Millions of nickels were struck for circulation, but minor variations in die quality and striking pressure meant that only a small number of coins left the mint in near-perfect condition. Most circulated coins from this year show slight softness in detail or minor surface marks, making pristine examples much less common. What makes this coin remarkable is its strike quality. Jefferson's portrait is sharp, with clear facial features, well-defined hair, and crisp lettering. Many other nickels from this year display slight softness in the portrait and lettering due to die wear, but this coin stands out with its near-perfect strike. Collectors quickly notice this level of detail, as it is rare for a modern circulation strike. The reverse side of the coin is another area where collectors focus their attention. Monticello is rendered with clear architectural lines, and the steps at the base of the building are fully separated. This qualifies the coin for the full steps designation, which is highly desirable among specialists. Most 2007D nickels show flattened or weak steps due to rapid production and die wear, making this example significantly more collectible. The surfaces of the coin are exceptional for a modern issue. Original mint luster is still visible across the fields and devices, giving the coin a reflective, almost fresh from the mint appearance. Contact marks are minimal, and the coin's edges and fields remain smooth, which is rare for nickels that have been in circulation or even in casual storage over the years. A subtle minting irregularity adds to the coin's uniqueness. While not immediately noticeable to the casual observer, this anomaly has been confirmed by specialists and gives the coin a distinguishing feature. Coins with such minor errors are always more desirable, as they provide both historical context and rarity that standard strikes lack. Collectors often compare multiple examples to evaluate the strength of the strike, the clarity of Jefferson's portrait, and the definition of Monticello's steps. Small differences in these areas can dramatically affect a coin's collectible appeal, and this 2007 D nickel excels in all these categories. Its combination of high-quality strike, full steps, and minimal surface issues is extremely rare for a coin of this era. Even though it is a modern coin, the 2007 D Jefferson nickel demonstrates that rarity and preservation are just as important today as they were for older coins. Coins from recent years may seem abundant, but when only a handful survive in premium condition with verified minting anomalies, their appeal increases dramatically. Another interesting aspect is the coin's eye appeal. Coins that are well struck, clean, and reflective are always more desirable to collectors. The way light plays across the surfaces of this nickel enhances its visual impact, making it stand out from ordinary circulation examples. This coin also reminds collectors of the importance of careful inspection. Even minor flaws, such as a small mark or slightly weak detail, can change a coin from highly desirable to average. For modern issues like the 2007 D nickel, attention to detail is critical, as collectors are often seeking coins that have survived decades in almost perfect condition. Collectors also pay close attention to the edges and rims of the coin. A smooth, undamaged rim and even strike across the edge can further indicate that the coin avoided rough handling in circulation. Coins that retain these features are always more prized. The coin's luster and toning also contribute to its appeal. Even subtle differences in how the surfaces reflect light can affect the perceived quality. On this nickel, the luster remains remarkably uniform, adding to its overall visual impact. Experts often emphasize the importance of verifying minting anomalies. The confirmed irregularity on this 2007 D nickel adds both intrigue and collector value. Such features are typically rare in modern issues, making them a key factor in assessing the coin's significance. Collectors also consider the history behind the coin's production. The 2007 D nickel reflects the minting practices of the mid-2000s, including rapid production schedules and high-volume strikes. Surviving coins in exceptional condition are therefore even more impressive. In short, the 2007 D Jefferson nickel is a coin that offers a rare opportunity for collectors. Its combination of full steps, sharp strike, pristine surfaces, and a subtle minting irregularity makes it a modern issue with remarkable appeal. Careful evaluation and patience are key to recognizing the full potential of this coin. The 2007 D Jefferson nickel has a coin value of $24,000, demonstrating that even modern nickels can hold significant collector importance when rarity, condition, and unique features come together. In the last, we have the 2016 P. Jefferson nickel. While it may appear to be an ordinary modern coin at first glance, collectors know that even recent issues can hold surprises. Its appeal lies in a combination of condition, sharp strike, and a rare minting irregularity that sets it apart from the standard coins issued that year. The 2016 P nickel was produced at the Philadelphia Mint during a period of high-volume circulation coin production. Millions of nickels were struck, but only a small percentage survived in near-pristine condition. Most examples show signs of handling or minor contact marks, making well-preserved specimens rare for a coin of this era. One of the first features that collectors notice is the quality of the strike. Jefferson's portrait is clear and well-defined, with crisp lines around his hair, facial features, and lettering. Many 2016 P nickels exhibit softer details due to the speed of production, but coins like this one retain a sharpness that immediately draws attention. The reverse of the coin is equally important. Monticello is depicted with distinct architectural lines, and the steps at the base of the building are clearly separated. While full steps designation is less commonly noted for modern issues, it remains an important factor for collectors when evaluating condition and rarity. Surface quality is another key consideration. This coin shows original mint luster across the fields and devices, giving it a bright, reflective appearance. Minimal contact marks or abrasions indicate that it has been handled carefully or stored properly since leaving the mint. Such preservation is rare for coins that are relatively recent, making it especially noteworthy. Collectors also pay attention to subtle anomalies, and this 2016 P nickel has a verified minting irregularity. While it may not be obvious without close inspection, it distinguishes the coin from standard strikes and adds an element of interest for those familiar with the year's issues. Such irregularities are often what elevate a coin's desirability among specialists. Even minor aspects, such as the sharpness of the edges, the clarity of lettering, and the overall eye appeal, contribute to its collectible potential. Coins that are symmetrical, well-struck, and reflective tend to attract attention more than ordinary circulation examples. Examining this coin further, collectors will notice the balance between Jefferson's portrait and Monticello. Both the obverse and reverse maintain strong details, showing that this coin avoided the minor wear and marks common in modern circulation. This makes it a rare example of preservation for its year. Another detail collectors focus on is the uniformity of the surfaces. The fields are smooth, and the devices stand out sharply, which indicates that this coin was struck under optimal conditions. Such characteristics are uncommon for coins produced in high volume, adding to the appeal of this 2016 P nickel. The edges of the coin are also significant. A well-defined, undamaged rim shows that the coin avoided circulation wear and physical handling that often affects modern coins. This small detail can make a difference in how collectors evaluate its quality. Even though it is a modern coin, the 2016 P Jefferson nickel demonstrates that rarity and condition are not just limited to older issues. Coins from recent decades can still hold interest for collectors when they survive in exceptional condition and display unique characteristics. Collectors will also note the importance of original luster. The reflective quality of this coin adds to its visual appeal and enhances the contrast between the design elements and the background. Coins that maintain this level of brilliance are increasingly hard to find. This nickel also serves as a reminder that minting irregularities, even subtle ones, can elevate a coin's collectible significance. Specialists value coins that show unique features, even if they are not immediately noticeable, because they add both interest and rarity. For those considering adding modern nickels to a collection, careful inspection is essential. Every detail, from Jefferson's facial features to the definition of Monticello's steps and the smoothness of the fields, must be examined. A single imperfection can significantly affect the coin's desirability. Ultimately, the 2016 P. Jefferson nickel is more than just a recent issue. Its combination of clear strike, preserved surfaces, subtle minting irregularity, and full steps potential makes it a coin that deserves attention from collectors. It highlights how even modern coins can be rare and collectible when the right characteristics align. This coin reminds collectors that careful observation, patience, and knowledge are key. Modern coins, often overlooked, can reveal surprising qualities that make them worth studying and preserving. For anyone building a Jefferson nickel collection, the 2016 P is an example that should not be ignored. Its preservation shows that even coins struck in high numbers can survive decades in outstanding condition. Every detail tells a story of careful production and fortunate survival. The combination of luster, strike, and unique minting features makes this coin a true standout among modern nickels. Collectors should approach it with patience and attention to detail. Thank you so much for joining us today and exploring these incredible Jefferson nickels. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more rare coins, tips for collectors, and fascinating coin stories, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit the like button if you found this video helpful, and click the notification bell so you never miss our latest coin discoveries. We really appreciate your support, and it helps us bring more amazing coins and collector insights straight to you.